I'm walking towards the fire. I'm walking towards the fire. I'm just doing this to show you that I'm not the one who started the fire. Just so I can make this video. I'm parked over there and the fire is over here. So I'm walking towards the fire. I haven't started the fire myself. I just saw it and I was like, hey, what a perfect place, what a perfect time to make a YouTube video. All right. Hey, peace, love and light to you all, family. Now let's talk about the fire. So when you want to understand fire, you need to understand that fire within the human being manifests itself as passion. So that emotion, that thing that drives you, that you know of as passion, that is the fire in you. Fire is the passion. It is that which burns, and at the same time, fire is that which creates. When they say that the phoenix rises from the ashes, these are the ashes of fire. So fire burns out the old and makes way for the new. So fire is represented in your body by the kundalini. The kundalini, the serpent, it's known as a serpent on fire or a burning snake. There's a verse in the Bible that says that our God is a consuming fire, because that's what fire is. Fire consumes things. It consumes things, it takes away the old, and then it brings in the new. Now, the sun, the flame, this is what you want to ignite within you, because the flame represents the spark within you, the spark of life. It's represented by fire, the heat, the friction. So friction, when you move, you are creating kinetic energy, and that also becomes a form of movement. So that's why in astrology, Mars, the red planet, also known as the fire planet, it represents that where your Mars is what you are driven. That's what you are passionate about, having things or having action upon things, because that's your flame. So when you don't have passion for things in your life, it means your flame is not ignited. So you need to ignite your flame within you, and there's many ways that you can do that. You could don't burn things. I found this here and I just took the opportunity. So what you could do is you could light a candle, you could do sun gazing, or you could just you could look at a flame, because what that does is that when you look at a flame, it activates, or it opens up that part within you that already is the passion. It works with that aspect of yourself. So now understand, since we are dealing with the final element and we've already spoken about the other three, when you are dealing with fire, the way that fire grows is if you add wind or air to it, which we spoke about air in the last video. So when you add air to fire, what happens? The fire becomes big. So that's why when you do such things as breathing meditations, you are adding air to the kundalini fire. Hence, that's important, because now you are igniting that passion, you are igniting that inner flame within you, causing you to expand in consciousness. Because what the kundalini flame does is that it expands your consciousness so that you can reach higher states of mind. You need to ignite that fire. Now that fire exists in many dimensions. There's a red flame, there's a blue flame. The third eye also is responsible. It's that blue light, it's that blue flame. So you must ignite that higher portion. You must ignite that lower flame, and then as it goes up into the higher chakras, it turns into a blue flame. So fire is a thing within you that represents passion. It's your drive. So the way in which you activate the fire within you is you work with the fire element. When you deal with sun gazing, or you light a candle, or you sitting by a bonfire and you look at the flame dance, the flame movement, the Hebrew, what they call the Hebrew alphabets or the Hebrew language, is actually known as the language of fire, because languages represent different elements within themselves in terms of how people speak. So the Hebrew element is said that if you were to look at a candle dance in the wind, That's what the fire element is. It's the move, or that's what the Hebrew alphabet is. It's the movement, it's the language of fire, because those angles of the candle light actually represent certain Hebrew alphabets or Hebrew letters. You see, so now what you need to do in order to spark that light within you is to work with all the elements and know how to mix them properly and accordingly. As I said, in order for you to advance your flame, you gotta deal with the breath. You have to deal with the breath, because the breath, the air, it ignites the flame that is already existing inside of you, which is that Kundalini energy. So you want that to burn. You want to burn with passion for living, passion for doing the things you love, having a passion for following your dreams. So in order for you, if you feel down, if you feel that you have no purpose, you are lacking that passion, you are lacking that fire. So what you need to do is you need to deal with this. You need to deal with the flame. You need to deal with umlilo. Listen to that. You need to deal with the flame. This is what it's about. So the way in which you can do that is that you can work with candles and look at that flame as it dances, or you could just as I said, don't start a forest fire. When you are in your house, you're just chilling there, light up, make a little flame or a little flame bonfire for yourself and stare and look at those flames, because they also speak to your soul. Remember that the elements are alive. This is the language right now. Right now, what's happening is that this is the language. This fire is actually talking. This is intelligence. The elements are intelligent. If you are at a high level of consciousness and you were to look at a flame, you would hear it speak to you in a certain language. You would hear it say things to you. It's actually speaking, just as when the wind moves, it's saying something. So in order for you to understand what you need to do in order to have passion, you need to start speaking the language of fire. You need to ignite the flame within inside of yourself. And the way in which you do that is by activating the passion. That passion is represented by the flame. It's represented by fire. So that's what that fire element is. It's that spirit. It's the Father. The fire element is represented by the masculine. It's the fire. It's the invisible. They say in the Bible also, our God is a consuming fire. That fire is that Kundalini energy, because as the Kundalini rises, what happens is that it burns all the old shit. It burns all the old, and then it comes in with the new. So in order for the old to burn, you need to work with the fire. You need to breathe so that that fire can be raised from the base of your spine to come and burn out and activate the inner neurons. So it must burn out the old and then come in with the new. When it comes to the zodiac signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, those are the fire signs. So also hang out with those people who are of those signs, because they can also activate the fire within you. Because you yourself, you have a fire. It's just that sometimes it's not activated, and there's certain things that you need to do. Feel passion. What drives you? Ask yourself what drives you, because when you do what drives you, it activates that. So when people do things that they are not inspired by, things that they don't want to do, their fire slowly burns out as they grow old, and then when they die lonely and sad because they gave up their fire. So do the things that you love. When you do that, when you show kindness, when you stand up for yourself, that force, that's that fire. That fire activates within you. So, peace, love, and light to you all, family. Let me get out of here before they think that I started this fire. So, much love to you all. They get a break on the ship, so they will make it on a gun. Yeah, will make it on a gun. For some of the one jog, it's not so simple. It's the little nerve and hold the garment, make the pain of some to gone, and this is one more worldwide issue of ignorance and your education regarding decadence in the land. Right now we know say it is true. Poverty and crime go hand in hand. Everything I'm mixing with demand. And if them no offering no solution, man I gotta use whatever they
they are so in a demand, they are drastic situation. Our man a navigate away from blessed we make a to ganja them